Hey guys, John back again with another quick video. Got a new play toy in. This is one of the Basshead Garage watt meters. Got this from a guy on Facebook Marketplace. One of the base classified groups. Been wanting one of these for a while, but picked this up for a really good deal. Didn't have the original packaging or anything, but just wanted to do a quick video. Kind of wanted to install this today, but Tennessee summer, it's about 100 degrees outside, and after about 5 minutes I decided to come back in the house. So we're going to take a quick look at this. This should be pretty handy to check what wattage we're actually getting from our amplifiers after impedance rise, or box rise as some people calls it. You know, you have that big 3, 4, 5, 8, 10,000 watt amp. That doesn't mean you're actually putting that out when your impedance rises. But this little toy should help us find out. As you can tell, it's really small. Got a little 1.3 inch OLED screen, on and off button. I love these quick connectors. You see it has 7 different spots here. Try to focus in here. You've got your main power here. Next one is the ground. The blue R is your remote wire. Run that into your amp remote or to your head unit or anything, you get a remote connection. The V and the C, you have your little transformer here. This is your C. Pretty sure it's one of the other. Connects to this one. I'm pretty sure the V, I'll have to look at the instructions again, but this positive and negative, and these can go either way. Doesn't matter, but your output wires from your amplifier to your speakers will go in here, and then you're going to actually physically run the positive or negative, either one, doesn't matter, but your speaker wires coming from your amplifier to your subwoofers are just going to literally pass through the shunt. I really like these connectors. Show you how to wire these up. I'm using 16 gauge wire. They're really kind of nice. You can see I cut these. You don't want to cut them too long, because if you do that, when you put them in here and tighten them up, you're going to have wire showing and things can touch. So I like to always, you want to make sure they're long enough too, but see how I can get that in there and cover up the insulation. Take that little micro Harbor Freight special, tighten her down. Do the same. Negative. Tighten that dude down. Make sure you get your wires good and snug, but don't go grill on them like I do sometimes. Tear stuff up. Then I got the power supply here handy. I thought we'd fire this thing up and see what it looks like. Now wait, we're gonna need a remote wire. Just a second. Alright. This will work just fine. This wire I'm using for the remote wire here is red instead of blue, but worked just fine. This thing's probably going to have that T-even trigger to turn on. That's what happens in your vehicle when you turn the key on. senses. Runs through that circuit. Alright. Get my wires here. Not hard to do stuff and keep it where you can see it. Apologize for that. These wires are long. I cut them to length for when I get ready to put them in the car. I'm all ready to go. So I've got my regular 16 gauge speaker wire. This is my little spare we're going to use for a remote wire, just for testing purposes. Go ahead, turn the supply on. Positive here. Get those bad boys down. I'm really gonna have a bigger table. Negative. Oh, I already said I've got it on 12 volts. About 1 amp is fine. You can do 1 or 2. These don't draw hardly any power. And I'll turn on my output. Let me get it where you can see it turn on. And there we go. Basshead Garage. See, it's pulling very little amperage at all. This is really going to be pretty neat. You see here it shows her wattage. It has several menus, but I think this will be the one that I'm mainly, I want to see what my box drives, my impedance is. I've got an awesome Bad Labs custom enclosure that I hope it's going to be, I'm sure it's going to be super low, but you're going to have box drives no matter how good your enclosure is. This is a good tool to let you hone in on how much real power you're putting down. You know, it's easy to look at mass marketing nowadays, the big claims, big numbers. This may hurt your feelings, but it's going to tell you the truth. You know, and you can make better decisions and know what you got when you got data that's true and not inflated. You see here we'll have her wattage. And here's our impedance level here in ohms. And this wattage, of course, in watts. Let's go to the next one. This first time I fired this up. So this is really cool too. You got your voltage. If you don't, I'm going to mount this up under somewhere in the dash where I can see it, obviously. But I have a voltmeter there, but if you didn't have one, this would be really cool. You could toggle through and check your voltage and your amperage that you're pulling in amps. Pretty neat. Then it's got your apparent power factor. Cool, a lot of cool data you can get. Yeah, I'm pretty tickled with this. These are a lot cheaper now than they were. Of course, I got a really good deal on this second hand, but saw one on Amazon for 99 bucks. I think they were a couple $100 when they first came out. So they're pretty good value now if it's something you'd be interested in. If you guys have any questions about it or anything, let me know, and I'll definitely make another video when I get this installed in the SUV and we'll run it through its paces. Alright guys, thanks again for watching. If you would, please subscribe. Please like the video. I appreciate it. And hit me up for any ideas you'd like to see for videos. Alright guys, thanks a lot. Have a good day.